A very good afternoon to all of you present over here. So I would like to take the privilege to welcome you all, warmly welcome you all on this precious day, World DNA Day. This occasion is to celebrate the World DNA Day to celebrate the phenomenal discoveries of this Watson and Crick DNA double helix. You all know that. So today we will all celebrate that with some with speech of some eminent personalities present over here, and with all of you who are of different departments have present here. So we will start with a very young group who will present an inaugural song with in front of you. So we'll start the program with an inaugural song.
Pratiksha Mandal, HOD School of Agriculture and Allied Sciences, as well as convener of this World DNA Day celebration, to convert the welcome speech. Thank you, Priva. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Vishwajit Ghosh, internationally eminent scientist and Raja Ramanda Fellowship holder, Professor Chittaranjan Kole, Assistant Vice President, the Neotia University, Mr. Suhash Mukherjee, Honorable Registrar Dr. Manish, and our very own, our team, Professor Sushil Kumar Kothari, School of Agriculture and Allied Sciences, and I must say, he is also a renowned scientist in the field of aromatic research. My esteemed faculty members, my colleagues, all the beloved students, and support staffs of Neotia University. This is a pleasure for me to invite all of you to the third World DNA Day celebration. The theme of this particular celebration is kept as DNA, the musician behind the symphony of life. So, if we think about this particular biomolecule DNA, its birth could be dated back to 3.7 billion years or more than that maybe. DNA and RNA, both of them could be considered as siblings. And RNA, who started the life on Earth, later succeeded by DNA, and still now both of them are carrying the life process and proliferation on Earth. Now, there is a research in 1908 by a very eminent biogeophysicist, Dr. Martin, and his co-workers. It was all about a meteorite called Murchison meteorite. The study revealed that RNA and other nuclear bases, as well as the ribose sugar, may be present in the interstellar cloud as well as in the center of the galaxies. So we can say that maybe life has come to Earth from that universe. বিভিন্ন কবি সাহিত্যিক এবং দার্শনিকদের কথায় বারে বারে উঠে আসে যে কোনো এক মহাজাগতিক একটি অংশ থেকে হয়তো আমাদের উৎপত্তি হয়ে আমরা এই পৃথিবীর বুকে নেমে আসি, আর আমাদের সমস্ত কার্যকলাপ সম্পন্ন করার পর আবার একটি পদ্ধতির মধ্য দিয়ে সেখানেই আমরা বিলীন হয়ে যাই। Maybe here I can say that where the philosophy could meet the science, and the DNA and RNA, they are the sole molecules that is carrying this particular phenomena of the creation. Now, coming to today's celebration part, we will witness a very magnificent lecture from Professor Chittaranjan Kole that will be succeeded by several student presentations. And when we are talking about the student presentations, we will witness very, very fabulous ones, from marker assisted selection to magic population, from CRISPR-Cas to gene cloning, from Mendelian inheritance to incomplete dominance. Our students have tried well, within their impulse phase, they have contributed time and prepared such marvelous presentation. I must say, I must recognize their effort. Now, at the last, I must say that we will release the very coveted Krishi Parashar magazine of the school today, also in the second half. There also we will see some student presentations. And last but not the least, I must say that our students will today pay some homage to some warriors of genetics, that is Rosalind Franklin to Hargobind Khurana, from Lalji Singh to M.S. Swaminathan. We will pay their homage. Why I am telling that they were the warriors? Because these scientists not only contributed some scientific research, but they have struggled for racism, they have struggled over gender discrimination, and later contributed and magnified science. So with this note, I want to invite all the dignitaries to the lamping light ceremony, and later on it will be succeeded by Miss Cleaver. Sir, kindly join us for the lamp lighting ceremony. Please be seated, students. Please be seated. Please maintain the decorum, be seated, students. With this particular ceremony, we mark this program open.
Now I would like to call upon Professor Vishwajit Ghosh sir for the inaugural address. Honorable Vice Chancellor.
আবার চুপ করো সব, একটু চুপ করো, তোমাদের কষ্ট হচ্ছে বুঝতে পারছি, কারণ সবাই বেশি কাজ করছে না, তো একটু ধৈর্য ধরো। আমার খারাপ লাগছে নিজের এই এত গরমের মধ্যেও তোমরা এখানে সেলিব্রেট করতে এসেছো। I think that I like to convey my, respect to Professor Koley, who has taken a lot of stress from coming from Calcutta to here. Professor Kothari, who has taken a lot of initiative for celebration of the DNA Day. Dr. Manish, Subhash Babu, the colleagues of the agriculture and life sciences, and the students, we have taken a lot of stress and strain as well as to celebrate this, the International DNA Day. Now, why we are celebrating this? Sometimes we also say, Baba, একটু চুপ করো, এই যে 5 মিনিট চুপ করে শুরু। Why we celebrate a day? Particularly, you can say birthday celebration, something like that. Independence Day celebration. Why you say? just to, that made a commitment. If you look at the DNA, if you look at the life, why the life has come out of what, Dr. Diksha has mentioned. If you look at the life was not here. Life has come from the light, because why I'm telling you, in 2015, I was fortunate to be invited by the international, UNESCO to deliver a lecture in Paris regarding the light integration. Because without light should not come. If you look at the another very crucial example, Stanley Miller experiment, very crucial example. He has taken, paper, water paper, and he pushed nitrogen, carbon, and other things, make a discharge, and see that the liquid has formed, and the liquid is known as amino acid, the fundamental component. In the atmosphere, there are the discharge. The light has come out. To follow the discharge, to combine the nitrogen, carbon, and so many particles who have the amino acids. And amino acids is the fundamental component of, that the light of the DNA, something like that. There is a, it's experimental evidence. Now the work has started. What is the source? And in 1953, right, 25th of April, a paper has been published in Nature by the four, James Watson, Francis Crick, and two other things. They published a paper in the Nature, journal Nature, the structure of deoxyribonucleic acid. And what they make a measurement that they grip each other, the distance between the diameter of the something like that. They presented, and it bring a lot of information. Particularly, we can manipulate the gene, right? It has a big application in bioinformatics. It is a big application in agriculture and the life science. It is a big application in biotechnology, because whether it's a good or bad, that will be judged by the later on. But if you can look at the very famous novel of Professor Frankenstein monster, if you look at here, the people are trying to develop their gene not from the woman, but from the man itself. And he has found a demon. And what was his like? So we have to use the DNA in such a fashion in bioinformatics as well as genetic technology, such that they can benefit the human being's life, not destruction. So this should be our aim. People are thinking for using this thing for making weapons, even biological weapons, by manipulating the DNA. We are creator, we are the destructor. So you take a lessons that we should do in such a fashion. We should learn from this institution for development of the human benefit. And I, finished with a statement of Swami Vivekananda in 1893 in Chicago. He was asked that, what is the definition of life? He mentioned that human life is a bubble in the vast ocean of time. It flows, and life is judged not by the fragment of leaf it grows, but the granules of earth. How much money you have made is not a judgment of a life. The judgment of life, how many people can remember you? How many people, to whom people you have been accepted? And that has come through the development of living knowledge. So, dear students, I would expect that you develop yourself and hold the flag of TNU, that TNU was able to develop a good student. They can give contribution to the nation as well as global community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful words. Now, I would like to call upon our Regis Honorable Register Sir, Dr. Manish, for his speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, my name is Dr. Manish, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, President, Sir, Dean Emeritus, Sir. On this auspicious of World DNA Day, I'd like to say something that we should always, you are the student of agriculture. As a student of agriculture, we should save not our, because you know that the atmosphere is also going bad. So with this, we should save the earth and the life, and also we should save the celebrated DNA days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call upon Professor Sushil Kumar Kothari, sir, Honorable Dean, School of Agriculture and Allied Sciences, for his speech.
Thank you very much. I respected Vice Chancellor for University, our Registrar, our Head of Students Affairs, as well as Professor Pole, Chief Guest of the function today. Then my senior colleagues, Professor Saha, Professor Samanto, Dr. Mundal, my colleagues, faculty members, as well as beloved students. As you know, today why we are here, already Dr. Vidisha Mundal morning mentioned to all of you. But then without going into the details of the DNA, which little bit our vice chancellors are also touched upon, without going into the structure or the discovery of DNA or its significance and all of that, I would like to mention a few of the things for the benefit or for the perusal of our chief guest. Sir, this is fourth of a series of programs that we are conducting after the pandemic. The first program that we organized was a farmers interactive meet that was conducted with the assistance of Central Institute of Medicinal Aromatic Plants CSR scientists. They were here and we conducted, our students also participated in that program. The second program we conducted was by Fertilizer Association of India, where 6 important fertilizer companies representatives were here and they addressed our students, and they also suggested or advised our students the kind of preparations or expectation that fertilizer industry would be having in order to get kind of employment in the fertilizer industry. The third third program that we conducted was by NABA. Other than job, you know, entrepreneurship is coming up in a big way in agriculture. And therefore, we planned a program conducted by NABARD, wherein NABARD expert, the DGM was here, Mr. Samrat Mukherjee. He told our students that beside job, there are enough of entrepreneurship opportunities. And even in the entrepreneurship opportunities, NABARD is offering CEO positions, Chief Executive Officer positions that they told us the opportunity that is existing for the agriculture graduates. So today is the fourth program we are conducting as part of the DNA Day celebration. Our chief guest is here. He will be addressing us, of course, on the DNA Day. And 2 more programs we have after this, we are going to conduct in the month of May. And that will be on 5th of May. Our Vice Chancellor sir has taken the initiative to have a program on agrivoltaics. You know the importance of agrivoltaics that is growing significantly in the country. A lot of job opportunities will emerge in that particular area. And after that, we have organized a 6th event that will be on 10th of May, that will be involving the leading seed companies of the state, wherein the Director of Agriculture, the Managing Director of Seed Corporation of West Bengal are going to be here as part of that particular program, beside the representative from industry. So these are all kind of planned initiative from our side to prepare our student. It's a kind of part of student ready program, because our 4th year, final year students, they are going to appear, interview after probably June or July, when they are going to complete. As part of student ready program, as well as ICR course of curriculum, I would like to say that successfully we conducted the 7th semester, wherein the internship
When during pandemic, everyone was suffering, every industry or every university were not aware how to conduct the internship. This is for your information that successfully 100% of our students have not only conducted 10 weeks of ROI program, that is Rural Agriculture Work Experience program, that was done by contacting the farmers over phone, and subsequent to that, each of the students submitted a project report based on the conversations or whatever learning that has happened. And another part of that particular program in 7th semester was the internship. 10 weeks of internship was there in leading KVKs as well as in industry. And many of the, some of the examples of successful internship are probably given by the students in the magazine that we are going to release today. So that is about the rural agriculture work program as well as the internship program. And this 8th semester, the final semester, as part of the student ready program, we are going to already we are exposing them to 30 different business ideas, because this 8th semester is completely dedicated to skill and entrepreneurship development. And this is the modified syllabus by Indian Council of Agriculture Research. We are following that, and subsequent to this, each of the students will be developing one of the 30 business ideas that we are teaching to the students, and they will come out with a project report on their own. We will be, of course, assisting them to develop a project report, and that is going to be a bankable project report. All these things we are going to do it, and going to set an example in agriculture education, because we know that going forward, a lot of challenges are going to be there for us. We need to establish ourselves being a new university. And our idea, our theme is that our Neotia University students will not only passing out with a degree in their hand. In one hand, if they are going to have their degree, on the second hand, they are going to have a bankable project report to start a startup company or to start entrepreneurship ventures. So that is the whole idea how we are moving. And I would like take only 1 or 2 minutes more, because I know our chief guest since a long time. Today I'm a little emotional because I am seeing him after 40 years. He was my mentor during my BSc AG or MSc AG students course curriculum program. Okay, and many of you might be knowing that backbenchers, they require lot of mentoring. Okay, I was having several such mentors, and he is one of them. Okay, and he has accomplished such highest position in ICAR, and I would like him to be given a standing ovation, clapping ovation by the students. Please stand up, give him standing ovation. I would like to say his blessings, because we are going for ICAR affiliation in the month of July or August. So his blessings are required, and I think our faculty is going to introduce about his achievements. Please sit down. Please sit down. So thank you very much. I am sure that with these blessings, we are going to complete our ICAR affiliations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful words. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Subhash Mukherjee, sir, Honorable Assistant Vice President of the Neotia University, to convey his speech.
Very good afternoon. Respected VC sir, our chief guest, Professor Kole, I had once met him. I don't know whether he remembers or recognizing me or not. Professor Kothari, Dr. Manish Jha, and Bharat Chandra Shah, and others senior faculties, and my beloved students. First of all, I must say that there is a
a very good program, and I don't know anything about this program. And I do not have any A to Z, any idea about the DNA celebration, third World DNA Day celebration. But one thing I just wanted to say that since after the reopening of the university, I have been observing that a lot of programs is being conducted by not only by the agriculture department, yes, definitely agriculture department is conducting. At the same time, various departments of the universities are conducting various programs. It's very good that we are observing continuously with this program, and it would enhance the experience, enhance the knowledge of the students. At the same time, I would say that since reopening of the university, as myself being a student affairs head, I have not only the entire university is observing that a lot of disturbance is going on in the campus. But it's not that the students, everyone is doing such thing, but some of the students, which are very common. See, we are presently have around 3,300 students. Out of very handful of students, maybe 15, maybe less than that, these students continuously, perpetually conducting various sort of disturbance in the campus. Now, I just wanted to convey, I think this is one of the gathering, that's why I must say, this thing management is taking us very seriously at this point of time. So be very careful. Those who are doing this type of issues is influencing or maybe encouraging, please ask them, try to make them understand that this is not to be done, and management is taking very serious note of it. It may create unnecessary difficulties for you. So I would always appreciate that if you be involved into such program, what your departments are continuously conducting, please be with that. Do research work as you are, maybe some of the students are fourth year students, start doing research, consult your faculties, do some concrete, some focus should be there besides the irrelevant thing. Thank you very much and wish you all the best for this program.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I will take the opportunity to introduce to you our chief guest, Professor Chittaranjan Kole, sir. I will give you a brief about him and his achievements. So, Professor Chittaranjan Kole is an internationally renowned academician with a spectacular professional career spanning over 37 years. His lifetime and original scientific contributions, specifically in the fields of genomics, biotechnology, climate change, and biodiversity, to name a few, have been globally appreciated, leading to the Outstanding Crop Scientist Award, which was conferred on him by the International Crop Science Society in 2012. During this exceptional career, Professor Kole has developed a large number of original concepts and strategies which have contributed enormously to science and benefited the global society. His scholarly publications include 150 plus research articles, most of which were published in the peer-reviewed international journals, over 20 book chapters, and over 150 books with the globally reputed publishers. His academic contributions have been profusely appreciated by 7 Nobel laureates, including Dr. Norman Borlaug, the father of Green Revolution, and 2 World Food Prize laureates, Professor M.S. Swaminathan and Professor G.S. Khush. His research contributions have been recognized with several awards, including Dr. Sadgopal Memorial Award in 1985, Crop Research Award in 2004, and Him Ratan, which is known as Well of India Award in 2010. The Indian Academy of Social Sciences honored him as an honorary fellow in 2014 in recognition of his contributions to science and society. The Indian Society of Genetics and Plant Breeding elected him a fellow of the society in 2015. The Bharat Research Institute of Agriculture and Technology honored him with honorary fellow for his outstanding contribution in the field of international agriculture and excellence in educational leadership in 2015. The Uttar Pradesh Academy of Agricultural Sciences has conferred on him Fellow 2015 Award in recognition of his outstanding contribution in the field of crop science in 2016. Recently, Himalayan Academy of Agricultural Sciences has conferred on him honorary fellow and distinguished professorship for outstanding contribution to the world's crop genetics, genomics, and breeding research and facilitating international collaborations. Professor Pole has worked as a researcher and faculty member in a large number of premier institutions and universities in India and abroad, including the Russian, erstwhile USSR, Academy of Sciences, Russia, University of Wisconsin, USA, the Pennsylvania State University, USA, and Clemson University, USA. In India, he has established and developed many academic units such as Laboratory of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology at Odisha University of Agriculture and Technology as its investigator. Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding at Allahabad Agricultural Institute as its founding head, Indo-Russian Center for Biotechnology as its first project coordinator, and Regional Nuclear Agriculture Research Center at Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya as its founding center in charge and director. He mentored 30 research students and 7 international scientists, including 1 Fulbright professor, most of whom have grown internationally tall in teaching and research. Professor Pole serves as the founding president of the Genome India International. Currently, he is heading 2 international organizations, including International Climate Resilient Crop Genomics Consortium, ICRCGC, and International Consortium on Phytomedoxys and Neopromics as the key principal and presently president. In recognition of his international leadership quality, FAO invited Professor Pole to act as the leader of the climate change theme for the FAO International Symposium on the Role of Agricultural Biotechnologies in Sustainable Food Systems and Nutrition held at Rome during 15-17 February 2016. He organized and chaired many prestigious international workshops, chaired several technical sessions, and delivered innumerable invited plenary lectures and keynote address in many international scientific meetings and platforms.
Thank you. Priya, so you know that if we want to introduce Professor Chitturanjan Pole sir, then we have to cover the whole program. Okay, so we are not going into the details. Now, once that our registrar sir has joined us recently, I would request our registrar sir to kindly felicitate our guest of honor, Professor Chitturanjan Pole. Now, I would request our Registrar Sir, Dr. Manish, to say a few words. He is new to us, but he has joined as the administrative head. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call upon our chief guest, Professor Chitranjan Kole sir, for his speech. We are waiting for it.
Good afternoon. Am I audible? Yes, sir. In the back side, I am audible. And I'm who are you audible? I mean, the sound is okay or it is too high? Okay, fine, fine. Good afternoon to all of you. I thought I will tell you good morning, but we are sorry that we started a little bit late. I would, first of all, I would express my thanks and gratitude to the organizers, particularly Professor Kothari, Professor Mandan, and Professor both Excel Schiller, and other dignitaries also. I am very grateful that I can present my talk. First of all, I should share with you guys that I had expected that my audience will have lot of young generation students, and And there will be some people across the discipline. So if I talk completely on DNA technology as I do in different international programs, specialized in genomics or biotechnology or any other technology, they can understand that. But my audience today will not digest them properly. So I believe to eat that much or in that way, we should be digestible. Otherwise, 1 hour would be completely wasted. So I have prepared my presentation in such a way that most of the audience will get a clear idea about the matter I want to share with you. Sound is okay, right? Okay. Uh, as President of International Climate Change Consortium, I had an opportunity to chair one important session in Food and Agricultural Organization in 2016. Then I proposed that what are the important problems we are facing today so that DNA technology or agricultural scientists per se can address them. Okay, pointer, some problems not working. Okay, so I have given a call. এটা খুব বড় word. Okay, leave it. Okay, leave it. We presented 4 different insecurities of the world we are facing today. One of them is food security, another is nutrition security, another is energy security, last of all is environment security. Now I will explain one by one why these 4 insecurities are problematic to the world today and in future. Now, first of all, to meet these requirements, what we should do? We have to increase. Okay, why these things are happening? Let us analyze first. There is enormous increase in population, all of us will know. Then there is incidence of fatal diseases and malnutrition, depletion of fossil fuel. There is climate change and global warming, and lastly, there is environmental pollution. Now, this graph most of you have seen in Google, right? That how the population is increasing. Today, anybody can tell how much population we have on the earth? Any student? How much? 7 India you are talking about. But in the world, the population is 7.9 billion. As of today, what I Googled this morning. This population will increase to, in moderate estimate, 9.3 billion by 2050. It is moderate estimate, but many people are telling it would be about 10. Now, this is a serious problem. I'm giving you one example. The king of diseases, that is cancer. If you compare with 2015, the increase in incidence of cancer and death due to cancer will increase by 59.9%, that is by 60%. Now, diabetes is going to be a very serious problem in the world and also definitely in India. Let me tell you, India is going to be diabetes hub by 2025, right? If you compare the benchmark of 2000, by 2013, our population with incidence of diabetes would be 366 million, right? Today, it is not today, in 2000, it was 171 billion. So what is the percentage of increase? In India, this is 251%. Highest is Middle East countries because their diet is not at all controlled. That is 63%, and in the world, it is 213%. Now, if we see the world statistic, you don't need to memorize any data. Statistics is a donkey. You can Google and get it. I am just making you acquainted with the seriousness of the problem so that you can understand how important these are to DNA scientists as well as agricultural scientists. 80 million people today in the world are hungry. They don't get square meal or 2 per day. And 2 million people in the world are deficient in micronutrients. Now, to be more specific, 815 million people don't get square meal per day. And the child rate, if you study, 45% children in the world, they die due to malnutrition. And I underline here, most of these populations are in the developing countries, including India. Now, this is very important. Nowadays, always we prefer to move to any place by car, transport anything by any vehicle. We are highly dependent on fossil fuel. Do you know any student how much fossil fuel we use per day? We use in the world 96 billion barrels of fossil fuel per day. And if we estimated, if we use a fossil fuel in that rate, in that quantum, by the end of this century, there will not be a single drop of fossil fuels under the earth. So how serious the problem is. Already we are aware, we started alternative energy. Today morning, your vice chancellor and your team, along with Professor Bharat Saha, they were discussing about solar energy, how to utilize solar energy as alternative energy source. Now, this is another problem. Greenhouse gases are increasing. You cannot take any food without keeping in the refrigerator, right? It starts from your Pepsi, Coca-Cola to your meal, right? In each family we are using, but we don't know how much greenhouse gases it is going to add in the atmosphere. Today, if you ask me, sir, today, how much is the quantum of these three important greenhouse gases? As of today, carbon dioxide concentration is 413 parts per million, if I remember correctly. Methane would be 1876 parts per billion. Nitrous oxide would be 331 parts per billion. So this is the seriousness of the problem of environmental pollution, which mostly we are responsible for. Now, I think most of you are students of agriculture. So here I wanted to show you the impact of climate change on agricultural productivity. Perhaps we don't know that agriculture itself adds to 30% of the problem of climate change. So when next time we meet, we will explain how this works actually. Okay, now Here are some statistics. You don't need to memorize at all. You just try to understand what is the seriousness of the problem. I will tell you one problem as your class teacher, and because many of your teachers will be angry with me if I share this with you. Okay. First of all, temperature increased from 1980 to 2000, only 20 years, by 0.2 to 0.3 degrees. Now, we have a team of climate change